Hey guys, today we're doing a spoilers review on Marvel's latest show, now streaming on Disney Plus, called Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. For anyone unfamiliar, the animated series follows Peter Parker on his way to becoming Spider-Man in the MCU, with a journey unlike we've ever seen, and a style that celebrates the character's early comic book roots. So this is going to be our spoiler review on season one of Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. But before we get started on our spoilers review, please like and subscribe and comment down below with your thoughts on the show and what you're looking forward to seeing in seasons two and three. So, I'm a massive fan of the Spider-Man animated series from the 90s, which, if you haven't watched yet, you must. So, I was quite skeptical about this as it's quite different, and I just wasn't sure what to expect. I didn't really have high expectations or anything. But after finishing season one, I have to say I'm pleasantly surprised with how much I actually liked it. I liked that the story had links to the MCU, but it's also its own, and there are some changes, such as how Peter Parker became Spider-Man. In this case, it's from a spider from another dimension. I also enjoyed getting to see a younger Peter and a few characters we haven't seen in a while, or even at all in Marvel. So that was really good. I feel like the pacing of the show was good and it kept me more or less interested in watching it. Though I have to say, I only really properly got hooked into it after the second or third episode. So it took a while for me to warm up to it, but once it got going, and I was thoroughly enjoying it. The show does a really good job in showing how even at a young age, Peter has that difficulty of balancing his personal life as Peter Parker but also his identity as Spider-Man. So the show did like a really good job of portraying that struggle, which is something that's really common, and that's like one of the things that Spider-Man, Peter Parker, it's like just one of his traits, his characters, his personality. It's just one thing that stands out, and I think the show did a really good job representing that. I have to say though, personally, I'm not 100% liking the animated style. It's grown on me slightly, but it's not great. I would have preferred maybe something more like What If or like X-Men 97, like that kind of animation. But I do get that it kind of is different so that it shows its own uniqueness, which is good. But I'm still not sure how I feel about it, but it was okay. It's not my favorite animation that I've seen, but it's okay. It does the job. And the gender and race swapping, we do have to talk about it. I wasn't expecting there to be quite a bit of it, but there was. And that's just simply because I don't know if they showed it in the trailers and stuff, but I think I only watched like the initial trailer and that was it. I tried to stay away from everything just so that I wouldn't I wouldn't have the spoilers and stuff. So I got into the show and I was like, what is going on? Like, why are there so many sort of changes? Now, I don't personally care as it doesn't impact my watching experience. But yeah, I don't know, maybe they went a bit too overboard. I don't know. That's up to you guys, but I think it was okay as it was. It's different and it doesn't impact how I enjoyed it. But yeah, you guys are entitled to your own opinion. But yeah, let us know down below if you think they went a bit overboard with it or not. I have to say though, the best moment, which Grace probably can guess what I'm about to say, was Daredevil's appearance. Absolutely loved it. And it gave me flashbacks to the 90s animated series as well. Now, it's a shame that he didn't appear for a lot of it. It was like quite a short bit, like one episode, and then right at the end as well. But oh well, I do hope we get to see more of Daredevil in the upcoming seasons. Now, about the central and the main characters, they were all good and I enjoyed their development, especially Peter, Nico, Harry, and Lonnie. I think personally for me, the standout was Lonnie because like his development and also just like what happened. Like, I really enjoyed getting to see him as a character because Tombstone is not a character we've actually properly seen anywhere. I mean, I've only seen him in the animated series, and even then, he doesn't show you like his beginnings as such though, comic accurate and all that stuff. But I did enjoy getting to see his development and what happened and how he becomes Tombstone. and also his relationship with Peter Parker and other characters as well. So yeah, I'm really interested to see what happens to him in season 2. I also like that we got to see like a dark Spider-Man, which was interesting to see. The fact that he struggles with that, with his conscience in a sense of going a bit overboard and trying to kill. So I like that. And I also like the twist where Lonnie's the one to try to stop him. So that was really cool. I like that. I do want to talk about the theme song because at first when I heard it, I wasn't so sure how I felt about it. But you know what? As I kept watching the episodes and not skipping the theme song, I grew to somewhat like it. But I do have to say, I do think the intro song for the 90s Spider-Man series is better. But let me know what you think down below. Which theme song is better in your opinion? Now, about the future, I can't wait to see what happens to Nico when she reveals to Peter that she has a secret of her own. I really enjoyed Nico in the Runaways in the show, which we've done a review on. So it was really good getting to see her because we haven't really seen her at all, like apart from that show. So it was really good getting to see her, and I can't wait to see like what happens next. And I think that's definitely got to be, season 1 is when Peter told her his secret, and season 2 is when it's going to be Nico telling Peter her secret. So that would be really cool to see. I also can't wait to see what happens next to Lonnie, who's taking over the gang and is transitioning to Tombstone. You can see that transition, but yeah, I don't know. And he's also gonna join Harry's company as well. So it's really interesting to see like what's gonna happen. I feel like season 2 is gonna be a symbiote season though, which will be really cool to see. I enjoyed getting to see Venom in the Spider-Man episodes in the 90s show and like Spider-Man becoming, taking on Venom and like all that kind of stuff. So it'll be really good to see how they do it on this show. I'm sure it's going to be completely different and they have their own spin to it. So I'm really keen and excited to see what happens there. And then Peter's dad appearing at the end. Like, what is going on? So they really did a really good job of setting up season 2 and season 3 as well. I know they're currently working on season 2, so hopefully next year maybe, or maybe the year after,
Oh,
we'll get
yeah.
to see what happens. But yeah, I can't wait for season 2 and season 3. I hope we won't have to wait too long for it. But yeah, I have to say, season 1 is quite good. It's maybe not gonna be for everybody, but I think it was definitely better than what I expected. And there are some things that I'm still like, could have been better. But you know what? I still enjoyed it. So I would recommend it.
Mm.
Grace?
Yeah, mo everything you just said, I agree on. Like, I didn't have much high hopes considering when I first saw the animation style, I thought, is this gonna work? But it surprisingly worked in its own way. Like, I like the concept that it was trying to link to the comic book style. It's like the pages were coming to life, and it was a clever idea. The elements of the animation was kind of remind me of like Into the Spider-Verse, but in this show it was a bit plainer and a bit more simple, which I like in a way because it added its own charm to it. It did feel a bit weirder when I first saw it, like on in the first episode, like it looks a bit 3D when I see the characters' faces, but when they were wearing masks, it looked fine. I don't know, it felt a bit weird, but then you kind of got used to it, but and it was actually really well. What I really love is the storyline in it. This I don't know how to describe it, but it was like seeing like a what if episode, but they expanded. Like, what if Peter Parker was trained by Norman Osborn? And this, I really enjoyed it. Like, oh, it was so much interesting. I really wish we had this Norman Osborn into the MCU because I think he would be such a great character, and him like mixing him up with the other MCU like characters with Stark or Captain America. It was so great, and I love seeing all the other characters. Like, I haven't seen a Spider-Man animated show, which I should, but I know some of the characters, and I love seeing them coming in this show and interacting with one another is really great, brilliant. And I agree with Emily. I felt so bad for Louis. I knew he was going to be Tombstone, but I just didn't know how he was going to come to it, and I just felt so bad in a way. And again, I just know it's going to be bad in season 2. Like, they're going to become enemies. It's going to be oh. But yeah, I really like it. And I like Nico as well. And Harry. Like, I like how they come together in a way. Like, it felt like the trio from the MCU with MJ and Ned, but this is so different. But they got their own charm together. Like they're they're from different worlds, but they actually fit right together, and I like that. I like Spider-Man's arc as well. Like Emily said, we saw like like a different version of Spider-Man where he's a little bit darker, and he's being led on by this guy who's got secrets as well. But he became his own man, and I really like seeing that arc in the show. And I also love seeing similar characters we know, but kind of more base in the comic version, like Doctor Strange. I was not expecting him at all. I knew we were gonna get Daredevil, who I love that scene by the way, but there are other characters I like seeing it come in, like Iron Man. We also got Doctor Octopus, who I thought was gonna come in maybe later on. I just didn't expect him to come this early. Then the Rhino, and then so much more. I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. Like we're getting so many Easter eggs coming in all together, but it's so great. It was so amazing. And one thing that didn't really rub me off the wrong way was again the race swapping and the gender swapping. It wasn't a big deal for me, but it did feel like Marvel's kind of rubbing us with woke in our faces, like rubbing us with this idea, like, oh, we're doing this, we're doing that. And I'm like, yeah, okay, that's good, but like you don't overdo it because like you just want to stick it to the comic book origins. You know what I mean? It's just don't overdo it, I think. Like it didn't affect me personally, but I could see how it might be like a chip on the shoulder for some people. But other than that, I think the storyline was brilliant. The characters were great. The the final for the ending, I was not expecting because I know there was going to be like a little cliffhanger. I just was not expecting the dad. Like, what the hell? Like, I know his parents passed away, but his dad, like, what? How is he involved in all this? I got a feeling he might be related to Ben's death, maybe. I'm not sure, but we just have to wait till season 2. And I do agree with Emily. I think this is going to involve more Venom in season 2. I'm hoping we're going to see more villains and maybe more characters like coming together. He might create a team, maybe. I'm not sure. Because I also, oh God, who was that character? Gene, who is also Daredevil's psychic. I didn't even know he had that kind of psychic, but that would be really cool. And you know what? I hope they bring her for the MC for Daredevil Born Again. I think that would be really good. So yeah, that was my point of view of Spider-Man. Anything else, Emily?
No, I
Or
guess
any
how would you
questions?
rate season one?
Oh, I say 9.5.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I know,
That's
that's really
quite
bad. But no,
high.
I know. I was expecting it to be quite low, but then I don't know. Just looking back, I just think it's got good humor, great storyline. It's actually pretty amazing. The Amazing Spider-Man. So yeah. What about you, Emily?
No, I agree. Well, just when you mentioned humor, I just had to say also, like, I like the fact that Peter, you can even see at a young age, he has that sort of conversation while he's fighting as Spider-Man with the villain and stuff. You know, that back and forth sort of thing,
Yeah.
which I really liked. For me, the rating would have to be maybe an 8, I'd say.
Mm,
Like, it's
yeah.
good, but I still do prefer the animated series.
Yeah, no one blames you here. No one blames you here. Do you have any expectations of season 2? Like what's to come besides the symbiote storyline?
Mm. I'm not really sure to be honest. I guess we'll see much more of a darker Norman Osborn. I mean, we're already seeing it, but I feel like in season 2 he will take on the mantle of Green Goblin. And we've also seen like who's joining Harry's company. We've had a few names in there. One that stood out to me most was Ned Leeds. So we'll be seeing him join
Mm,
soon as well. So that'll be pretty cool.
yeah. I wonder if we're gonna see more of like Black Panther since there is that Asha? Is that the
Yeah, I
character's?
can't, I can't remember her
I
name, but yeah,
think
it did begin with an
sorry,
A. It
so
did begin with
yeah,
A.
sorry guys, yeah. We might see more of like from like T'Challa maybe or Shuri. And who else? There was someone else. I'm wondering if Harry's and Peter's relationship is gonna unsettle because if his dad's gonna turn bad and Spider-Man is gonna have to fight him, like is there gonna be maybe the Hobgoblin or maybe a new generation of the Green Goblin? I mean, who knows? And also, I remember someone posted this today. It was like a concept of getting Gwen Stacy to come in the show. Some say it's going to be normal Gwen Stacy, but then some say it might be Spider Gwen. So that would be interesting. Another thing I want to say, because I haven't seen Runaways, and for Nico, for some reason, I thought she was gonna be Silk, like the Spider Woman Silk. I don't know why. I just had that idea because I remember in the first episode we saw that clip where the spider bit Peter, but then I think it went into Nico's bag. I might have been mistaken, or maybe I'm not sure, but I don't know. I thought she was gonna come in because I don't think there's ever been a portrayal of Silk in any show, and I would love to see her come in the animated world. But yeah, I think we might get a Sinister Six. I just realized that now, sorry.
With how many members? Five?
Don't you
Sorry,
dare,
I had
Marvel.
to. I
Don't you
had to.
dare.
I had to.
Don't you dare break my dreams. We need that. We're getting Dr. Oct, Tombstone, Venom, maybe? Oh, I don't know. Just bring in this Sinister Six. That's all I'm asking. Just one thing. One thing. How hard can that be? But yeah, I that's all we have today, guys. Thank you so much for watching our spoiler review of Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. We hope you enjoyed it. Please check out Emily's review of the animated Spider-Man. And before you leave though, please make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Leave a comment down below on your thoughts of the show. What was your favorite? What do you like about it? What are your hopes for season two? And you can check out other reviews of other Marvel stuff we've done in the past, like some of the films we've done. What have we done this? We haven't done anything this year yet, but last year we did some of the Marvel films, Marvel shows. We also done Marvel 2024. Check that out. We also done a few Disney, a few other films, shows. Bollywood, Hollywood films, check them out. They're on our channel. You can also check out our Netflix, not Netflix, sorry, our Twitter, Instagram account. We don't have Netflix, guys. We're not that popular yet, but yeah, check that out. If you follow us, we could follow you back, and you can also check out the website Emily has made for us. It tells you about the team and some of the videos we've done in the past. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.